Okay, so these are the normal colors. I think we can do this. I think we can do this for sure. What do you think, chat? I'm watching the poll results, but I think yellow and green is doable. They're not too close. But if you want to vote, I will make the changes based off the poll. Robo is now putting a poll in the chat. For those watching this on YouTube, we're just voting on if we're going to use the normal colors or team colors, because there's been complaints in the chat. There's been a riot, Swift Rage. At the moment, it seems like normal colors are winning, so we'll stick with that for now. Slavs for Viper in the yellow for game 4. In the green, we have Liereyy. Lierey's playing as the Magyars. Very, very open maps for both players, so this could be another quick game here. Let's talk about the maps. Woodline for Viper has a pond in it. Not going to be necessary for survival. He's going to need the wood, so it won't last him as long as he would like. Here as well, another pond. I mean, I guess he has a shorefish if he gets hungry, wants to switch up his diet from boar and berries and whatever's on the farm. But, yeah. The point is, it's going to be open for him, and he's going to need to lock this down. This is actually his best woodline on the left-hand side, but lots of hills on both sides of his base. Now, this is his main gold. I love the main gold spot because it's so close to the TC. He has a stone forward, main stone forward, and the rest of his golds are out here and here. And if you learned anything from game 2, it is that all the golds become extremely important as the game goes on. So I always try and show you where they're located. Alright, here's Liereyy. Liereyy with 4 on wood. And he has a gold and a stone in a very reasonable position. Can build out in front of this one. Much better starting resources for Liereyy. This wood, again, same story as Viper. He has a pond. And this wood as well. So it's 2 ponds to 2 ponds. So it's even. But yes, I like both of these civs for different reasons. Slavs can do quite well. I want to see how the Slav farming bonus works. If you don't know what that is, I'll show you quickly. Farmers work 15% faster. So that potentially means you can get scouts faster, knights faster, hit the next age faster. It gives you a lot of options. And we haven't seen it work yet because in previous patches it wasn't working as it should. What's up, Marcelo, or Marcelo, or not sure.
Normal colors hype. Suck it Robo hashtag Robux.
Okay, chat, can you type suck it Robo, please? The ongoing joke in the community, as Robo is an admin and mod everywhere, is that he's a sucky moderator, so we're gonna stick with that. T90 wrecked, Robo. T90 wrecked. Spyphone Twitch, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome, my friends. If you're just getting here, you're getting here at a wonderful time. The games have been amazing today, and there are going to be plenty remaining for us. I'm just trying to figure out what we will see build order-wise. Seems like Viper is going to be going scouts because he's built the farms early. And they are going to work faster. But at the same time, he also has 5 on wood, so he could still go for some type of man-at-arms play. 90% sure it's scouts. Magyars, well, they have strong man-at-arms and scouts. The scouts is a lot stronger for your economy, and then they can go knights and cavalry archers a little bit cleaner in Castle Age, but because they get the free forging upgrade, which is the attack upgrade on all units starting in feudal, man-at-arms oftentimes can work out. But neither player is scouting each other, so they don't really know. They're just passing on opposite sides of the cliff here. And it's going to be scouts for Liereyy for sure. Both players getting loom at the same time. Different civs, different parts of the world. But top class. They'll be doing the same thing pretty much. Yeah, there you go. Exact same time for the clicks. I think Liereyy was a millisecond earlier. So Magyars will have the advantage in all the fights in feudal because they get the free attack upgrades. Slavs will have the eco bonus though of farming faster, and that'll potentially give them more upgrades, and we can skyrocket Viper to the next stage. The Slavs have full upgrades on knights available to them, starting in Castle Age. The Slavs are a very good late game civilization with their strong siege and boom. Finally figured out how to subscribe. Love watching AoE in your stream. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, the Prime stuff, if anyone's interested, if you have Amazon Prime, you can type !Prime and you get 1 free sub to a streamer a month. I think that's what he's referring to. I'm glad that you've been able to stop by today. I wonder... This is kind of risky when Lierey's going to have the attack upgrades. Yeah, Viper maybe expected that Liereyy would attack that villager as she was building the barracks and send his own scout back. I think Lierey's going to loop back in here and try and hit the vills as they build the stable or block the stable or something. See, now it's 3+3 for Liereyy, and it's 3+2 for Viper. Sandman, thank you for 3 months as well. Appreciate it, guys. And also, back to the Twitch Prime thing for a second. You don't even have to have Amazon Prime yourself. It can be a family member. You just gotta link it. It doesn't take too much time. I think it's twitchprime.com if you want the actual website. But, anywho. Viper's actually taking the better engagements with these starting scouts. Lierey's gonna go to the hill, get a free hit. Get a free hit. They're gonna fight as long as possible here. And Lierey's gonna lose. Viper has his own 3 HP. So, a nice little dance there, but that's much better for Viper. Because it's tough. Once you mass a lot of scouts, your opponent can't click that easily to see which one's weak, so this scout could really help out in the attacks. And also that's great for Viper to be slightly ahead of an opponent who will have a deadlier attack with these scouts. But look at the nice little walls from Liereyy. Unsure if this is Liereyy or Tim. Kappa. Fantastic sets of walls. This is actually open. I hate this. They need to remove this from the game. If there's going to be a pond, fine. Just don't let these little gaps. He's going to need to fill that. Viper might slide in there later. Oh! Viper! It's not often you hear this with an awful micro move. Actually, credit to Liereyy, he did click that 3 HP one, but he got a lot of free HP off of Viper Scouts. Both players are getting walls up, though, and they're playing this macro-friendly, which means booming up, which does favor Viper because he has the faster farmers. We don't know how strong this farm bonus is, so... this could easily be slightly overpowered here. How much you want to bet Viper runs right through here and kills the Vil now? That's the only place that Liereyy is vulnerable. Oh! A Viper! He's vulnerable here. Liereyy has been running around. Viper saw it and walled off the wood line, but he couldn't protect her against these strong Magyar scouts. And this is also a really poor position for Viper. He's losing more scout HP. He does have the spears. Okay, yeah, here comes Viper. This is just stupid. It's so dumb. The Viper's obviously going to micro the weak ones. Wait, great micro from him here. Keeping this scout alive as a distraction. Liereyy could lose 2 Vils because of that hole. He's lost 2 Vils because of that. I called it. T90 Stradam is at it once again. Liereyy is probably pissed off now, as would I be. Well, that's exactly what Viper needed to even it out a little bit. The Viper, again, in my opinion, has the lead. Now, a lot of players would have walled the front by now, not Viper. He's just going to hold to the front and have faith in his microing ability. And the problem with that is Liereyy, he's not messing around. He has a lot more scouts coming forward, and this is where Viper reacts and says, oh no, I need to wall fast. I need to wall very, very fast. He has 4 spearmen, no defense upgrades on these scouts yet from Liereyy. But, oh, Liereyy has snuck in. Is he going to try and fight this? How do you even call that? The scouts are stacked and not fighting. They do have the attack upgrades. The scouts should win out, but will he lose many of them? No. I guess there's been 2 holes in this game now. The game has evened it out. It's just karma here. It's just fate. Now both players have had a massive hole that has hurt them. And Viper's going to try and plug the gap now. But Liereyy has a lot of map control inside Viper's base, forcing Viper to wall everywhere. And now Viper's farmers can't farm as easily. And Viper also can't attack Liereyy as easily either. He just has that 1 HP scout there. It's exactly the position you want to be in as Liereyy. playing as Magyars. You don't want Slavs to have a free boom. Viper has the resources to click up to Castle Age soon, but you can tell this has not been easy for him. On both sides he's being attacked, so you have to pay attention to walls, you have to pay attention to idols now. Like here, this really hurt Viper. Viper has 5 idols on one part of the screen, and he's gonna lose another spear. We'll probably lose this one as well. Oh! Are you kidding me? Did Viper overchop somewhere? How did this scout get in? Oh! There was another hole, and now Viper has to run away from the wood line. This is an absolute disaster for Viper. He's losing units left and right. He's gonna lose another Vil here, because Lierey's gonna trap him. And he could lose her as well if he's not careful. Unbelievable. Viper's on the way to Castle Age, but he's taking some huge losses. Liereyy, he's gonna click up the castle with a healthier eco. And Lierey's not finished with these scouts at all. He is going to continue to try and harass. Has forced the farmers back to work. Or sorry, back to the TC. All of these lumberjacks are on the straggler trees now. If Liereyy was being a real tryhard, he could delete those. But seeing as this isn't a tournament, I don't think he's going to do that. Viper is going to do exactly what he did in game 1, and he's going to go with some pikemen. Nice walls here from Viper to force the scouts into the TC fire. But he's still chasing these units around. And they still have those attack upgrades. At any other level, these scouts would just fight now and die. But at this level, because they're so good, man, we really need a T90 Jinx emote. At this level, because they're so good, they get as much value as possible from every single unit. So they're focusing on, you know, building up new buildings and still working on this one scout. This guy's on 36 HP, but he means a lot to Liereyy. So here's the crazy thing. Viper lost so much map control, he's lost scouting. I don't believe he scouted this archer range. You notice how he's been using this 1 HP scout. Unbelievable. He actually saw the archer ranges. So he was going to go pikeman because he expected the knights from Magyars. But he now sees that Liereyy is going archer ranges. That might seem like a small thing, but that's a huge thing. Because now Viper knows, okay, my opponent's going cavalry archers. I can't fully commit to pikemen. Saying that, he's actually still doing so. Maybe he'll go pikeman and siege defense or something. I like the move from Liereyy to go cavalry archer because if your opponent's walled, you can fire over top of the walls easily with ranged units. And also, maybe he expected that his opponent would go for pikeman as well. You never know. Holy cow, what is this? Yeah, we are going to see siege. We're going to see scorpions. And we're going to see pikemen. I love it. I love it because this is totally unorthodox. For not what we're used to. This is why expansions are exciting, guys. And now Liereyy sees the pikeman upgrade. He sees +2 defense, but what he doesn't see is right on the right side of his base. Oh, hey, buddy. There's a scorpion here. What are you going to do about that? Lierey's just now working on getting Bodkin Arrow. He sees 2 scorpions now. He sees 3 scorpions now. He sees the pikeman, and he's thinking, what on earth is happening at my base? So, what do you favor here? The scorpions have 7 range. Lierey's going to need to micro them down. He does have the hill. The cavalry archers can't get in too close here because the pikemen will close down on them. Also, they don't want to get close to scorpions anyhow. Will the scorpions be effective? Really needs to maintain his advantage here and push. Liereyy is panicking. He's trying to build a siege workshop. He can't do that. The scorpions actually ranged Lierey's gold. Lierey's other gold is out here. His other gold is out here. So he has no access to gold at the moment. Also, his market was denied as well. Someone said Viper's gonna fail so bad. I disagree. I disagree. I think this could really work for him. He has more fills now. There's no way that Liereyy can engage this. A Mangonel would have been great because he could flatten some of those scorpions, but there's no way Liereyy can engage that. He's going to have to counterattack and just hop into town centers. Maybe try and slide out to that gold if he gets an opportunity. Kind of similar to last game, or at least it's a similar point. Viper now has forward military buildings, and he can't really do anything defensively when the counters come. So now he has to scramble away from his wood. The tower's been forced up, but only 5 villagers can fit in the tower, and it is Liereyy, so Liereyy will micro down everything. So while Viper has a commanding position here, there's the hill advantage thing we talked about. That was a direct hit, won't kill it because of Viper's hill. Will Viper do enough here? That's the question. Oh, gee. Guys, this is a Viper economy. This is actually a Viper economy. What? He had more idle villagers than working villagers for a second. Yeah, okay. I think that he's going to have to do an awful lot in the front now if his eco is this bad. Holy cow. That's a Viper eco. What on earth? I've never seen Viper with an economy like this before, ever. Oh, man. Now he has to run from the CA. He only has, like, 1 working farmer. I mean, I know that the slab farmers work fast, Viper, but I don't think 15% faster bonus is going to help you out that much. Liereyy going to just run away from the scorpions because he has a faster unit. I know Viper's only 6 fills behind efficiency-wise. He's way behind. And Lierey's going to build a castle. If this castle goes up, Liereyy should have the game. But Viper has the Mangonels. Liereyy needs to be careful. Very, very careful. He's got to micro the vills a little bit here. The ones that are building anyhow, he's sending in the CA from behind. He's going to commit to this. He's taking big losses. The castle will go up, though. And, oh my goodness, Viper cleaned up the cavalry archers with the scorpions. This is a wild game. Maybe Viper can fix his eco. It seems like he's fixing his eco a bit. The scorpions worked out, but on the front, they are completely useless now. Holy shit. That's crazy. Unfortunately, we were watching the castle, but they just got completely destroyed. Viper's not messing around this game. He's not messing around at all. He does have a... Well, he doesn't have a market. I was going to say he has a market to balance his eco. He probably needs to do that. I'm going out to stone out here with this villager, and his gate is locked or something. This villager is dumb. This is the retard of the group. He's going to be stuck there for a while. Still pretty even game, but I don't think Liereyy should fight the scorpions. We saw what happens if he does that. He's going to try again. There's more scorpions. He'll run away from it now. I think he needs to continue to counterattack. It's a bit too late now. Viper has a TC here. Now, this guy's now a lumberjack. Viper has forgotten about the stone. He'll just go to this one. Not standard at all. But Viper has good map control and has an army that Liereyy can't fight or address. Is the map control good enough, though? I just don't think so. At least for now, it's not good enough. If he holds it, it'll be nice because Lierey's running out of places to collect wood. The Liereyy doesn't need to fight the main group at all. He just needs to raid with the cavalry archers and try and avoid the scorpions. Viper has 3 scorpions here, 2 scorpions here, 6 scorpions here. He's even microing this scorpion against the Mangonel. Has his own Mangonel on the way. But he's gonna lose vills. Lierey's just gonna forget about these villagers? I guess so? Oh, this is gonna hurt, man. He could have killed 3 villagers there. That's odd. Very odd. This whole game has been odd. I think that the reason Lierey's not doing some of the things we expect is because he doesn't expect Viper to have 20 scorpions. That's a big reason here. Viper's gonna add some monks now as well. He's gonna go siege and monks. This castle protects the right-hand side, but it does not protect the left-hand side for Liereyy. This can work well. Already Liereyy can't address this. He can't fight this. Viper can now convert enemy Mangonels with redemption on the way. He has 3 monks to convert any knights and cav archers. Viper might be behind in vills, but he has the faster farmers. He's going to have 3 TCs. He does have the food eco to continue to create vills. Oh, Lierey's going for another castle. This castle needs to be stopped if you're Viper. Liereyy needs to fire and then delete this Mangonel. He hasn't deleted it. And luckily, after Viper converted it, it didn't do much. This one will also be converted now. I don't think Liereyy realized Redemption was in. Look at this! Those 4 villagers, if they're hit, are the only villagers building the castle. Viper's not realizing this. The castle's gonna go up if he doesn't realize it. Wow, that's a slip up from Viper, and now he's losing his monks out here. He put so much gold into upgrades. Oh man, I think that could have been stopped from Viper. This game has not been Viper or Liereyy-esque at all. And now Viper's slow units scramble back home. And Liereyy is somehow still alive. And the cool thing for Liereyy is that he can make those Magyar Hussars if he wants to counter the monks. He doesn't need to make knights. Bad thing for Liereyy is he's in a small little area of the map. He needs to branch out here, and he needs to branch out here at some stage. So I think Viper now needs to decide to build a castle at home defensively because he's gonna be counterattacked, or forward. And if he builds the castle here, he can range Lierey's only gold. Maybe that'll be part of the plan here. Still, it's difficult for Liereyy to take engagements, even though he's had some good kills. Game is relatively close with kills. 59 kills for Liereyy, 57 deaths. Cav archers are going here, and again, Viper had the resources to build castles. He chose not to. He's just defending with scorpions. No villagers forward except this T90 babe. I'm just unsure where Viper wants to build his castle. Maybe he's unsure as well. Ah, he's gonna build it here, okay. Meanwhile, he's gonna go to the right-hand side with rams, pikemen, scorpions, siege. Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if Magyar Hussars would destroy scorpions in a couple hits. Knights are already good versus scorpions. So Magyar Hussars would do nicely versus the monks. Also, they would do nicely versus scorpions here. I've never actually seen that, so I can't judge how effective that would be. Viper has garrisoned his rams because he's trying to take down this TC. He wants the pikemen to get in close. Oh no, Liereyy! What are you doing with your villagers, man? I understand you're hard workers. You want to go out to the farms, but this is not the day for you. Take a day off. Use a sick day or something, because, oh man, you just lost your lives here. Cavalry archers are here, killing Viper as well. I still think at some stage, all of this is going to die for Viper. He lost all his pikemen to the castle. This might be the time. And yeah, it seems like it will be. Viper going to lose his monks. He has to run the Mangonels away. The scorpions will die too. Might be able to get a few value shots with these Mangonels before they go down. But nice cleanup from Liereyy. Still a close game with score. Still a close game with population. It's not over at all. So unorthodox. I'm pretty sure that that Slavs get it. What's the one tech from Slavs? Yeah, they get orthodoxy. Viper better research orthodoxy to make this game more orthodox. Ha! I've been waiting a whole year to say that. Finally, we see an unorthodox Slavs war. Viper has a lot of resources banked up, as does Liereyy. He's only on 1 TC now. He seems to be running back home. I think if Viper builds a castle here, he protects gold, stone. This castle somewhat protects this area. I love it. Literally the only reason I tell puns is to make people cringe. I love it. Holy crap! Look at the uptimes. I know I harp on about it a lot, but this game has been crazy. It's been different, and yet they're both clicking up to Imperial 8 seconds apart, and that's not even a real second. That's just in-game second. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We'll look past it. We'll look past it. It'll make us better for the future. So, Liereyy has a very mobile civilization. Viper has a very slow but strong civilization. The Cav archers will get upgrades. The light Cav will be upgraded to Hussar, I'm sure. Liereyy doesn't have the economy for it right now. He's 20 builds behind, but I'd like to see him get to the stage where he can go Magyar Hussar. But if you're Slavs, you want to go Halberdier, Siege. You can continue with Scorpions even. Just push in one small ball. And Magyars, they don't want to take those engagements. They want to try and damage ecos by using their speed and agility. I don't think Lierey's going hand cannon. No, he'll go Cav Archers. We're probably going to get the University for Ballistics and then Chemistry. I'll rip that Mangonel from Viper. Liereyy taking no losses there. Also, Viper lost a Monk there. Do not forget about him. Let's talk other golds. This is a gold that Liereyy really can't take because of Viper having this locked down. This gold, Liereyy has scouted. Viper has scouted. So this gold will be a talking point. Elsewhere, I'm struggling to find it on the minimap. There's got to be another 3-tile gold somewhere. Was this it? I don't know if that started as 4 or 3. I think that might have been the 3-tile. So that could be good for Liereyy, seeing as it's all on the left. Now, Viper needs to research Onager. He needs to get the upgrades on his Halberdiers before this is really a strong army. And he's going to fire with his Mangonels before Liereyy gets his upgrades. But look at this. He lost 2 more. Unable to get the stone walls up. The T90 walls denied there. And the gold denied from Viper as well. So Viper's building a market here. I thought it was a castle. I feel like if he was going to build a castle, this would have been the area to build it. And now he's building it. Where is he building it at? Viper is building a castle. Viper is building a castle. That's what it said. T90 blind. Oh, that's a university. Jeez, he really wants these buildings to go up. Oh, it's out here. Okay, so he's protecting his stone and his wood. I don't know, guys. Liereyy has great micro, but Slav Siege and Hal is so strong, and Viper has some nice choke points with the stone walls. But you know Liereyy is gonna have fun with this one. He's gonna micro with 5 Cav Archers, just avoiding the Onagers. He wants to keep Viper back at home. I know Viper is a player that can win these kinds of games, but he never prefers to be in this position. He prefers to use his speed, as Liereyy is doing. I say they're very similar players, but Liereyy is probably better in these positions than he is in Viper's position. And I think Viper recognizes that it's gonna have to be a slow push in one area, and that's why he's trying to defend with castles on the flanks. Viper does not have the resources for Siege Onager yet. Small slip up from Liereyy, but right when he slips up, he realizes and he runs away. We saw this yesterday. Many of you may not have seen this on YouTube yet. It was a Masters of Arena game between Bacht and Winchester. Winchester was in Viper's position, and Bacht had Mangadai, and he was microing down the Onagers, and everyone was saying, oh, this is GG. Bacht is going to win because of his micro. But then, in a few moments, the Onagers just completely cleared up all of Bacht's army, and it was over. So you have to keep that in mind. Though Liereyy knows how to use these, he has to win it with his micro and his skill. He can't just patrol in. If Viper gets one nice shot, it is game over. And now Viper's saving up for Siege Onager as well, so it's going to be tough. Now, I love this from Liereyy. Does he know about that castle? He does. He's going to try and force Viper to push out a bit here, come out of hiding, and he's going to wait for the second Treb to start firing on this castle. And that would mean that Viper will lose a lot of eco potentially if Liereyy can get in there. And there's the castle for Viper on this precious gold. But Liereyy, he's on this gold pile. We talked about, where is it? Oh, they were right here the entire time. I'm sorry. So these are the 2 gold piles. Liereyy doesn't see this one yet, but this is fine. He doesn't yet have his gold, but yeah, exciting times here for viewers. Nothing quite like a huge Siege Onager shot. Viper's researching it now. Both players playing to their civilization's strengths. Let's go. Now, this is where I think Magyars can be extremely effective. They have a bonus for Siege. So if Liereyy can get to Elite Magyar Hussar, he can pick off these Onagers fast. I think an SO goes down to maybe 3 or 4 hits from an Elite Magyar Hussar with full upgrades. Viper's lost his castle. He's been forced to come to this side. But guess what? Holy crap, he actually denied the castle. Liereyy just ran right in. The distraction was perfect. No gold for Viper, and Viper's just getting overwhelmed. Every time Viper goes to take a fight on one side, Liereyy runs in on the other. It is currently 2-1 Liereyy, and Liereyy has a 40 population lead, killing Viper villagers. And Viper's economy is not looking great here, is it? Losing access to gold and farms, losing access to villager lives. We're gonna scramble to build this castle now. Elite Magyar Hussar for Liereyy has not been taking big losses at all. This is exactly what he needs to do. He's playing this to perfection at the moment, Liereyy. The only thing that's been imperfect is that he hasn't looked for that gold, but he knows that Viper's not on that gold, wherever it is, because he has such good map control, so... He already has one of the extras, and that'll be fine for him. So there's Elite Magyar Hussar. It's on the way, guys. We'll get to see it in action now. And let's see if Viper can control his Halberdiers in front. It's tough, because the Cav Archers, they kill the Halberdiers, the Magyar Hussars kill the Onagers, and vice versa as well. The Halberdiers kill the Magyar Hussars, Onagers kill the Cav Archers, so just down to micro. Liereyy gonna lose his remaining units here, but not before some great value. A lot of Magyar Hussars coming out, and oh, we're gonna see multiple groups come in from Liereyy. Viper with the attack ground. He knows he's vulnerable. These are just light cav. Where does Viper want to send his onagers now? The light cav are just going to the economy. The cav archers down here. Lierey's all over Viper. Look at this. Look how fast siege goes down to Hussars. I mean, sure, the Hussars are gonna die, but I think it's worth it to make these commitments if you're killing these expensive siege units. And here we go. Viper went with the attack ground, but the Magyar Hussars coming in. Onagers are gonna die. That was a lot better than it could have been for Viper. But Trebuchet dying here, Onagers dying here. Liereyy is slowly suffocating Viper in this game. But Viper does not have the gold and the resources he will need. He does have 2 relics, but the SOs are dying left and right now, front and center. And Liereyy, despite fighting all of his counters with some wonderful micro, that was intentional there. Those 4 cav archers, that was intentional. And more Magyar Hussars coming in. The spam is going to start coming in on this side as well. And it's going to start to go to Viper's food eco and wood eco. And he only has 3 trees. So he's going to have a tough time trying to get wood. Let's look at resources. Liereyy, not floating resources, but you see how he's creating units nonstop. Viper is floating some resources, but the resources aren't really that valuable to him. I guess the food is valuable for the Halberdiers, but I think he knows he's in trouble. It's obvious he's in trouble because his entire economy is building a castle here. I don't think Liereyy should be too worried about that because he has his Trebs. A crazy amount of idols for Viper. He's below 100 vills now. He has 30 idols. He can't get wood down here at all. And he can't really get wood here either. Lierey's starving him. If Liereyy sees the lumber camps being built there, he'll know. I gotta just hold this position and I should win the game. The Hussars are running in once again. Killed 1 siege onager. Killed another siege onager. There's only 1 left here. Will it last? It will not last. The Trebs might drop for Liereyy though. And he's gonna lose the Trebuchets. Viper is just holding on. There's no spoils because these games are live, guys. there's no spoils. You can guess though. You can guess. At the moment, you got to be leaning towards Liereyy. I did say, did this scout really kill all those vills? That's hilarious. Look at the dead bodies. I did say that I thought Liereyy would win this 4-3. At the moment, it's looking good for my prediction. And yeah, Viper's gonna call it the GG. Well, crazy game. That was hilarious for so many different reasons. Viper's push kind of made sense. Liereyy held on, and then he got to the stage where he wanted to be in, where he would use his speedy units to out-micro the Viper. Viper also got to the stage that he would want to be in. Remember, he picked this civilization, so he probably had a strategy in mind. He knew that with the composition he had, he could do some damage, but he let Liereyy get the castles up and let him get in a comfortable position to counter as well. So that is now 4 games. Liereyy is winning 3-1. This is a best of 7 for $200. It was very close in the King of the Desert final. On the King of the Desert final, it was 5-4 Viper. And there were some games where Liereyy, in my opinion, should not have lost. And then the final game, Viper ended up taking it. But it's obvious to me that these guys are 2 of the very best. And it's a joy to watch. Here, I'll give you a zoom in on the resources. Should Viper have teched into Hussars? No, Viper should have done exactly what he did, but the fact that he was sitting at home while he did it was the problem. If he had done more damage to Liereyy and built everything forward, then basically forced Liereyy to take engagements at home, then it's different. But the moment Liereyy got into a position where he can hit from multiple points and have the map control, it was going to be tough for Viper. Why did Viper not